Jeter is going to Boston. Sort of. This is the pass. Hey kids, welcome to the past. Turtle, Constant, Obi-Ron behind the camera.
Aloha.
We're talking about Derek Jeter, final game in New York. He had a
single. I mean, it's a walk-off single. It's a typical Jeter hit. As a Yankees fan, you're happy that it happened for him that way, but you didn't have any unreal expectations. You're just like, that's a typical Derek Jeter hit. That's what Derek Jeter does. So you're like, okay. Not to make light of it, you're like, woo! But you're like, it's not like he hit a grand slam. It's not like it was a walk-off. In any other game, had it not been his last game at Yankee Stadium, they would have high-fived him, hit with a pie, and been over. But because of what it was, it seems grander than it is. Technically, Yankees fans would have been much more satisfied had he got to do the stroll like you usually do. Because that means we had the game under control. We did what we came to do. He got left in the game because we blotched it.
So this was his last game in Yankee Stadium, but it's not the last game of the season. There's a couple games he's playing in Boston.
Right.
And I was looking, just for laughs, because I know people are going to shell out money and go crazy. Tickets are going upwards to close to $1,000 for a single seat. Would you pay that much money? As a Yankees fan, as a Derek Jeter fan, would you pay... But the price I saw was $845 for decent seats. Would you pay that one seat just to see him in Fenway?
I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I'm a Yankee. I think the real question would be, would non-Yankees, non-Jeter, just plain old baseball fans or diehard Red Sox fans pay like triple the price because Jeter's coming to town for the last game? And I still say yes.
Okay.
I still say yes because there is a rich baseball tradition. Not just Boston Red Sox, but baseball.
There is.
Jeter represents something bigger than the Yankees. He represents baseball. He's the captain. Only great players are known by certain names. The great one. If I say the great one, you're like, oh, Gretzky? Like, there's no confusion. I don't care what you play.
Jesus?
I don't care what you play. You'd be like, oh, Gretzky? You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, yo, his airness. You'd be like, oh, MJ. Now when you say the captain, Jeter.
Yeah.
So he's bigger than baseball. So I feel like those who are purists would pay that to say that they had an opportunity to see Derek Jeter in his last season.
If you were going to spend a lot of money to go see someone in their farewell game, their final game, let's just go with Derek Jeter here, right. $800 plus to go see him, would you be pissed that he's not playing in the field? Like,
yeah.
No. Would you pay if you knew it was $845 to see him DH? Would you do it?
Me?
Yeah. Anybody?
I would.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the capacity that they're available out there.
I was like, hell no.
If he's on the DH, no. There's no way.
I'm a fan of all sports.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to come out and play balls out and be like, this is, I would expect him to play very minimal.
If I spend $800, I want him out there. I want to see the full Monty.
I was just about to say, Turtle brought up a good point. And that's why I wouldn't be, that's another reason why I wouldn't be upset. Because if your heart is where Derek Jeter's heart is, and you left it in New York in what you deemed your last game, you're not going to be giving me 100%. So therefore, I'm paying $800 for not 100%. But if you're DHing and all you have to do is sit in the dugout and go up the bat, you're going to give me 100% at the plate. So I'm going to get technically my money's worth. In my opinion.
Well, I don't think he would cheat the fans either.
I agree. I don't think
he has fans.
That's why he's not doing it.
I agree.
Why he's not doing it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's going to cheat the fans. I think that's why he's not playing. If I had an $845 ticket to go see his last game, and I put air quotes on that, in where's it? Fenway, right?
Fenway,
yeah. I would be really pissed right now because that game in New York, when he hit that walk-off, that was his last game.
That was his last game.
He's going to go stand there in Fenway when he's told to and do what he needs to do for the fans, I guess, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be what that last game magic moment that people spent $845 for.
Right.
They ain't going to get what they paid for.
I guess if I had money to shell out like that for that, I probably would have spent a little more. Boston's not that far from Yankee Stadium. I would have tried to jump on those games earlier. I guess that's
No, it boils down to I spent a lot of money to say I was there for his last game in Boston. That's really,
you know what?
Surface level, that's what it is.
I know what you're saying, and I know we need to wrap it up. So I had the opportunity to do exactly what you just said, Ron. I was out in Vancouver and didn't know this was going to happen, but lo and behold, the people that I was with got us all soccer tickets. And so we went to go see LA Galaxy, of all teams, play Vancouver, and this was the last game that Beckham was playing.
Yep.
I had never seen Beckham play ever in my life. I got to go to like 2 free Galaxy games. He did not play. I was in Vancouver, and I got lucky to get a free ticket, good seats, and Beckham played.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from.
That's how it should happen.
I know where you're coming from. When
That's
you
how
said
it should
that,
happen.
I remember how I felt when that happened, and I was like, I could never replace this.
It's a magic moment.
It was a moment,
This magic.
It's a magic moment, and that's just like that game, the last game at Yankee Stadium with Jeter. It was going to be his last game, so you were prepared for the emotion of that. You were not ready for it to be a Hollywood walk off, win the
You
game.
were happy to be there.
You just happened to get that.
happy to be there.
You just happened to get
And that's
that.
what I was saying. As a Yankees fan, you're like you were going to be there regardless if you had the tickets. And you don't, I don't want to say expect because that's undue pressure on Jeter, but when he steps up the plate, you anticipate good things happening because that's what he's done for 20 years. So when he did that walk-off single, a lot of people weren't shocked, but they had that moment.
It's that moment.
You were like, I'm not shocked he did it, but I'm happy that I was here when it happened.
I don't care what he does in these last games in Boston. That was the end of his career
That
for
was
me.
the moment. That was the time.
That was it.
That's going to do it for us here at The Pass. Definitely leave us some comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit us up on all of our social media. We also have a podcast. Definitely check that out. We talk about a lot of different things in there. A lot of hockey talk going
Best
on.
podcast in the universe.
You're fucking right it is. You trying to argue with me, you little chump? Go listen and say that I'm wrong. This is The Pass, bitch.
LeBron refused to dunk in warm-ups in opposing arenas and saved it for the Miami Heat, and people were all upset, like, we paid our money, he should be done. It's not,
No.
You paid your money to see the sport.
You
If
paid
for
to
the
see
player,
the game.
You paid to see
play.
LeBron, and there he is.
That's
right
right.
there.
You can't